Okay, this was finals against Stewart, me versus Stewart. Um, at his request, I'm not sure why, but he wanted me to cover our game. Wanted my perspective. My perspective is that this was the worst game, one of a really really bad games I've ever played. I don't know. I suppose I was tired. Yeah, let's say that. I was tired. And to be honest, I didn't expect to make it to the finals. I had so much work to do. Anyway, and I was playing on an empty stomach. I was very hungry. Anyway, yeah, that's me, full of excuses, right? Okay, anyway, he played King's Pawn. I responded. He brought the bishop out first. I'm not sure what line this is called. Normally I see King's Knight opening, but I also see bishop just eyeing down on the f7 square at the start. I just continued simple development, attacking the center pawn. Normally, if white wants to defend the center pawn, he'd either push this pawn here, really opening, also continuing development for the bishop, or just develop the knight, really protecting this pawn. Alternatively, white could respond with this knight here, and the knight would then attack this pawn. So it doesn't matter if my knight takes his center pawn, because after knight takes this pawn, attacking f7, and then he's got two attackers on the f7 square. And my knight stuck in the middle is kind of, not doing much over there, right? If my knight, let's say for example, these two pawns are gone and my knight is stuck in the middle, king castles, and then the rook can swing over and the knight's pinned to my king, and that's really not very good. Anyway, this was a horrible move by me. I pushed my pawn in front. I was trying to challenge the bishop. Not a good idea, because after pawn takes, knight takes, the bishop doesn't move. Instead, a better move by me would be Ponziani. So push this pawn to create the support, and then followed by the center pawn push. So after pawn takes, bishop is forced to retreat. And then my knight could come out, jump, and then maybe jump here, and then the bishop is kind of lost. I actually wanted to get rid of the light square bishop. In general, for white, the light square bishop is always slightly stronger because it can attack the f7 square. Anyway, if he saw me coming though, if he saw my knight coming with the intention of taking the bishop, he would possibly, more than likely, push this pawn here to create that nesting place for the bishop to go into. And then the bishop could just stay there for the entire game, just eyeing down on the f7 square, putting continual pressure on it. Anyway, I did the pawn push. Pawn takes, knight takes, and you can see this bishop doesn't move, and he just continues development, right? Now I bring out my knight development as well. He brings out another knight, and now what I'm thinking is, if knight takes, I've only got two developed pieces. He's got three developed pieces. So if knight takes, bishop takes, now he's got two developed pieces and I only have one. So I'm behind on development. So actually, this was another blunder by me. What I should have played was bishop to this square here, defending the knight, because, well, for one, it adds further support. I don't need to move my knight. And two, it is, well, continual development by me. Instead, here's a blunder. I moved an already developed piece when I still had undeveloped pieces. So I moved my knight. That was just bad. After queen came down here, he's just, he's got a nice attack on my f7 square. If my knight were to move, let's say, I don't know, here, for instance, or here, then just queen comes down, checkmate. So I developed my bishop. I didn't really want to move it here